Hey guys, welcome back to some more World Cup content. We are back here with some more score predictions. Match day 3, the last group stages. The last time we're going to see some of these teams before they get eliminated. I'm joined by Zach once again. The battle continues. And it's now 4-4. Yes, that means we only got one prediction right in game week 2 each. Out of 24 games, we got one each. That's 2 out of 24 games. Terrible showing from both of us there, Zach, isn't it? Especially after week 1, we started very well. I'll quickly go through the ones that we got right. There's no point of going through every single one we got wrong. I got the Brazil versus Haiti 3-0, and Zach got the Spain versus Saudi game, which was 4-0. Everything else was wrong. I'm not going to go through them all. We're going to start off with, obviously, the games that are coming up. And the most important thing to notice about this week is a lot of the games are going to be played on the same day. Obviously, where it used to be only about 3 or 4 games a day, now there could be up to 8 games per a day. So it's going to be going very quickly, as the last game will be on Sunday. So that's only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. 5 days of action of football. We're going to start obviously with the first game, which is today. It's going to be Switzerland versus Canada. Like always, we'll let the guest go first. So Zach, you get to pick first. What is your score prediction for Switzerland versus Canada?
I wrote 2-1 to the Swiss.
2-1 to the Swiss. Now, it is important to take into account that both teams are actually looking to finish the group top. So neither of them really want to give in, because obviously, depending on where you finish in the group, that obviously affects the way you go through into the stages. 2-1, I'm also going to go... I'm going to go 1-1. I think it could be a draw. I don't mind the 1-1 shout. If I had to pick a side, out of the two, I would probably go Switzerland. But both being top of the group, I think it could be a 1-1. Which means we move to obviously the other team in the Group B section. It's Bosnia versus Qatar. None of them been too convincing. But I am going to go 1-0 to Bosnia. And I do think they will obviously then qualify in the 3rd place. Bosnia, Qatar, who do you think is going to win this, Zach? Or do you think it's going to be a draw?
I've got a 2-1 Bosnia.
2-1 Bosnia. So we're both backing Bosnia to win, which means both, obviously, Canada, Switzerland and Qatar and Bosnia would go through in that group. Moving to Group C, still on the Thursday. Obviously, it is a reminder, both teams are playing at the same time. So that was the 8 o'clock games. This is the 11 o'clock games. It's Scotland versus Brazil. And to be honest, I think all 3 teams are guaranteed to go through. It's obviously where they finish in the group. As you'd guess, you can go first. Scotland, Brazil. How do you see it playing out? Can Scotland sneak a win and finish top of the group? Or are they looking to finish 3rd in the group?
Man. God, 3-1 Brazil.
3-1 Brazil. Okay, we're not going to... Obviously, there is still the other game to go first, and we'll get your thoughts on the group.
You know what? I'm going to go for 3-0 Brazil.
3-0 Brazil.
Score, yeah.
And I'm actually going to go 2-1 to Brazil. I was tempted to go 1-1, but I think Brazil will put up their full lineup because they do want to top the group. The next game in this group is obviously Morocco versus Haiti, and I can only see this one way. Now, despite Haiti being very poor, I do have to give them some credit. They've not been battered by anyone until today, where I think it's going to be a 3-0 victory to Morocco. But I have been, I've slightly had impressed by Haiti. What are you going for?
2-0 for me.
2-0. So we both expect Haiti to go out. But like I said, I do think they put up a great fight.
They
and they've not been embarrassed any of the two teams. Which means obviously if you're predicting Morocco and Brazil to go through, is it Brazil or Morocco to finish top of the group?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, I think Morocco take the top spot. Moving to the first games on Thursday, these are the 2:00 games, and this is obviously Czechia versus the host nation Mexico. Again, two teams looking to go through to the next round. Mexico are currently top and probably should remain top no matter the score. What do you think about the host nation versus Czechia? Who have you got to win it? Is it going to be a draw?
2-1 Mexico.
2-1 Mexico. Fair enough. It's not a bad result for either of the two teams. I'm going to go 2-0 Mexico. But even if that happens, I do think Czechia will still go through, which means it goes then to South Africa versus Korea. And I'm going to go a simple 1-0 to Korea.
2-0 Korea.
2-0. I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative in my scorings this week.
Yeah,
I went big last week with some massive scores. And some were close, but I think this week is going to be a little bit of a less goal fest than what people think. Moving to Curacao versus Ivory Coast. Again, Curacao not being terrible. Obviously, the 7-1 to Germany is a massive scoreline. But they did do well against Uruguay. They do still have a chance. Well, I don't know if they have a chance to go through, but if they were to win this, that would be 4 points. They could go through. Do you see a win to Curacao, or are they going home?
2-1 Ivory.
2-1 Ivory. Okay. Well, I think it's going to be a 3-0 to Ivory Coast. I do like Ivory Coast. They've had some moments where I do think they can go and score some goals. And if they are looking to get through, they do need a win. Which means it's going to be Ecuador versus Germany. They're probably the best game of the lot today on the Thursday. Ecuador versus Germany. And I'm going to go 2-1 Germany.
4-0.
4-0. That's crazy because Ecuador are not that bad, but fair enough. It's a big scoring from you. Moving on to the midnight game on Friday. So this is going to be very early in the morning. It's Japan versus Sweden. Both teams have looked impressive. Sweden probably the more impressive out of Japan. But then they did get battered by Netherlands. So it's a bit of a hit and miss. How do you see this game going between Japan and Sweden?
God, I'll say 2-1 Japan.
2-1 Japan.
Yeah. I want to go 2-2, but I'm going to stick with 2-1 Japan.
2-1. I'm going to go 2-2. I do think both.
Nice.
I do think neither team are great defending, but are very good at attacking. I would say Japan's probably a little bit better defensively. But we've seen it against Netherlands. Sweden tore them apart. Netherlands tore Sweden apart. And then we go on to talk about the last game of the group. Their group, Tunisia versus Netherlands. Tunisia have conceded 5 goals in every game so far, and I think it's going to be another goal fest. What do you think the scoreline is going to be? Tunisia, Netherlands. Is it going to be 4-0? Yeah, I think it's going to be a big scoring. And I'm going to go 3-0. I don't see them scoring. I think they will leak goals for fun. And I do expect, obviously, Japan, Sweden and Netherlands to all go through. I think that group's already decided anyway, who's going through or not. Moving on to the 3:00 game.
Can I change my Sweden and Japan one, please? The 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, yeah. Moving to Turkey, USA. Obviously, USA top. Turkey already eliminated. And before we even get on to score predictions, I want your thoughts on this. how they've changed the rules of the World Cup. Now, obviously, it used to be on goal difference. Now it's down to head to head. So, yes, Turkey could win this game, could get a couple of goals, but it doesn't matter. They're already eliminated because they have lost to both. They've lost to both Paraguay and Australia. So no matter what they've scored, even if they went and scored 10 goals against USA, they are already eliminated. What is your thoughts about this new change to the format? Because I personally don't think that's fair. Because yes, you've lost to the two teams, but if you then go and score more in your final game, you should still have a chance to survive.
It's a stupid rule.
It's But yeah, so obviously they are already eliminated. How are you seeing this game? Top versus bottom.
I'm going to go 2-1 USA.
2-1 USA. I would agree with you on this. However, I'm going to bring up a stat that's so shocking. In 2 games, Turkey have had 60 shots on goal and they've not scored 1 goal in this tournament. So I believe it's going to be a 2-0 defeat to Turkey. I just think it's going to be another game where they don't score goals, which is unfortunate because they've got some great players, but obviously just it's not worked out, and obviously this new rule means they have no chance of moving to the next stage. And then we'll talk about the two teams in the group, Paraguay versus Australia. Again, obviously both teams looking to go through in second and third place, as long as there's no batter-ins from either side. And I do think it's going to be a boring game, and I'm going to go 1-1.
I got 2-1 Paraguay.
2-1 Paraguay. Okay, moving to the big game on the Friday night. It's France versus Norway. Both teams on 6 points, both looking for top spot. How do you think this is going to go? Kylian Mbappe versus Erling Haaland. Who's going to walk out, not with only with the most goals, but who's going to lead their team to victory?
3-1 France.
3-1 France. I'm going to go 2-0 France. I do think we've kind of seen it. Erling Haaland does have trouble against those more physical centre-backs. When it's weaker opponents, when he's quicker, when he's stronger, he does dominate. But against France, Upamecano, Saliba, I believe they're going to absolutely hold him down. So I'm going 2-0 France, and obviously they would then top the group. Moving to Senegal versus Iran. I'm going to go 2-0 Senegal.
Getting 2?
Senegal versus Iraq. Sorry, not Iran. Iraq.
What did you say?
2-0 Senegal.
Well, 1-0.
1-0 Senegal, I suppose.
Yeah, 1-0 Senegal. Yeah.
Okay. Moving to Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia. Again, another team that's not embarrassed themselves. They've managed to actually get 2 draws out of both games, Spain and Uruguay. You would think this is probably the easier fixture of the Cape Verde group. Obviously, if they were to win this game, and even maybe a draw could see them go through, as they are in third place. Can they finally get a victory? They've done well against Spain. They've done well against Uruguay by scoring 2 goals. The only problem is their defence strong enough? How do you see Cape Verde doing in their final group? Are they going to stay, or are they going to be sent home, unfortunately?
1-1.
1-1, which means they would go through to the next round. I'm going to go controversial. I'm going to go 1-0 to Cape Verde. I think they finally get their win. I hope they go and get their win because they've done so well, and it'd be so unfair if they were to lose the final game against the easiest opponent in their group. Which means the 2 top dogs in that group, it's Uruguay versus Spain. Both teams, well, Spain obviously won their game against Saudi Arabia, but neither of them really looking 100% convincing and hitting their strides. Obviously, Yamal should play at least 60 minutes of this game. Is he going to be the difference maker? Is he going to get that Spain win and put them top? Or can Uruguay pull an upset by winning this game? What are your thoughts on Uruguay versus Spain?
3-0 Spain.
3-0 Spain. And I'm going to go 2-1 Spain. I think Uruguay not 100% great defensively, but they could, and I would say the same with Spain. They're not 100% convincing enough for me to give them a clean sheet, which means it's Egypt versus Iran. It's Mo Salah. Obviously, if you did notice on my YouTube shorts, Egypt winning their first World Cup game in 92 years in Matchday 2. Are they going to get a second win in this game against Iran, or is it going to be back to back with draws and losses for Egypt? Can they keep the momentum in this game? How do you see Egypt versus Iran?
2-1 Egypt.
2-1 Egypt. And for a team that's only just won their first World Cup in 92 years, they're going to do it back to back with two wins.
Yeah, I think so.
That is good. I'm going to go 3-0 to Egypt.
Yeah,
I also think that little bit momentum, that Mo Salah quality against Iran should give them another win, which would be crazy. They've not won a game in 92 years, and in the first tournament they've won a game. They're going to do back to back, which would be crazy. Moving to New Zealand versus Belgium, 4 a.m. Another really early game on. That's Saturday? Yes, Saturday. New Zealand, Belgium. How do you see this going?
2-0 Belgium.
2-0 Belgium. And I'm going to go 3-0 Belgium. Yes, they've not been 100% convincing, but I just do think they should finally get a big win. And then we need to talk about England. Obviously, they are playing Panama. Obviously, we watched the game live yesterday against Ghana. Poor performance from England, but they need to bounce back into this game. My big worry is Panama are going to play pretty much the same as Ghana, and we couldn't break down Ghana. Yes, they don't have the quality that Ghana have, but we know it's going to be 11 players behind the ball, low blocks. Can England find a way to break down Panama? What's your prediction in this game?
4-0 England.
4-0. So you think they're going to bounce back after the criticism?
Yeah, I think they're going to go and just go on from there and ramp it.
I'm going to be a little bit more conservative.
I was going to go 3-0, but
I'm going to go 2-0. But even then, I could only see it maybe even going only 1-0. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I do think England will score early.
I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
My big worry is, even if England score early, they just do seem to not want to kill games off. But I do think England should win that, which means Croatia versus Ghana. Obviously, Croatia did win their game against Panama last night. So obviously they could go top. How do you see this game going? Two good teams, Croatia versus Ghana. We saw what they did against England. They're probably going to try and repeat it against Croatia, but can they sneak a win? That is the question.
I'm going to say 2-1 Croatia.
2-1 Croatia. And I'm going to go 1-1. I think both teams, Ghana are very good defensively, and Croatia are very old, and I do see them conceding shots against Ghana, which means it's the big fixture on the 28th. The two GOATs are playing on the Sundays. We're starting with Portugal versus Colombia. Ronaldo gets his 2 goals. Can he deliver? Can he start chasing Messi down for the golden boot? How do you see this going? Portugal versus Colombia. Both teams fighting for that top spot, remember.
I'm going to say 2-1 Portugal.
And I'm going to actually match you with that.
I wanted to go 3-1, but yeah.
I'm going 2-1 as well. I think it's going to be close. I think both teams could edge it either way, but I'm going to give my GOAT the benefit of the doubt, and I think he's going to go and get 2 goals in this game.
You know what? 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Means Congo versus Uzbekistan. Both teams not really great. How do you see this game going?
Is Uzbekistan against who?
Congo.
2-0 Congo. I don't know. What? I'm going to go 1-1. I don't know.
1-1?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1-0 to Congo. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, and I don't expect anyone is going to be watching that game. Which means the final 2 games of the round of Matchday 3, it's starting with Algeria versus Australia. Not Australia, sorry, Austria. I say it every time, I get it wrong. Algeria versus Austria. Both teams have a chance to finish second in this group. How do you see it going?
Austria and who, sorry?
Algeria. So it's Mahrez versus Sabitzer.
I'm going to say 2-1 Austria.
2-1 Austria.
I'm going to go another 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... I'll go 2-1 to Austria then.
Yeah.
And then we're going to leave it with the last game of the tournament. It's Georgia versus Argentina. It's Messi with the golden boot. Is he going to get some more goals? It's a good fixture for Messi and Argentina. They will top the group convincingly, but how many goals are they going to put past Georgia? That is the question. The final guess, you can give your predictions first.
4-0 Argentina.
4-0. And how many of those goals do you think Lionel Messi scores? Is it going to be another hat-trick?
I reckon 2.
2. I also think he's going to get 2. I'm going to go 3-0 to Argentina. And I think he also gets 2, which would put him on 7 goals in the group stage games. What I will say is, yes, Argentina have probably had the easiest fixtures out of any group games. You know, Jordan and, yes, Algeria and Australia are not too bad. But they're no contenders for the World Cup or any dark horses. Yeah. And it is a great fixture to end the group stages on. Those are all the group stage games. We're going to get one final prediction. How many of these games do you think you're going to get right? Now, obviously, we only got 3 in the first match. One each in the last match day. How many do you think? It must be a better performance from us this week.
I think 3.
You're going to go 3.
I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4.
You're going to go 4. That's crazy. I think I'm going to get 3. I think. Again, that's not really convincing, but it's very hard with predictions because it can go either way.
Yeah,
one deflection, one corner, one bit of magic can obviously ruin your whole prediction in the 90 minutes. That is the end of the group stages predictions. Once all these games have been played, we will be starting the predictions for the round of 32, the round of 16. So there is more predictions to come. So make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Once again, thanks to Zach for joining us. And hopefully I take the lead because it's still a draw on the prediction scores. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, go and check out my Fantasy Football World Cup. Obviously, we are in the league together. It's very close between me and Zach at the minute. It is free to join, so come and join and have some fun. But I will see Zach next week for the round of 32 predictions. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.